Preparation of stores ledger plays a very important role in the accounting and control of material cost. The most commonly used methods of preparation of stores ledger are last in first in first out, simple average, and weighted average. Here, we're going to discuss the first in first out method of preparation of stores ledger with the aid of this example. This illustration will help you to actually get a clear understanding of preparation of a source ledger using the FIFO method. As the name indicates, FIFO, first in, first out. Whatever goods or materials that comes to us first will be issued first on a preferential order. That is a basic notion behind preparation of source ledger using FIFO method. So let's actually start doing a problem. A store's ledger basically has three parts: receipt part, issue part, and the balance part. Under receipt part, we have the GRN number, that is the goods received note number. Upon the receipt of goods from the vendor or supplier, we'll actually record that. Not every question has a GRN number. Again, on the issue part, we have the MRN number, that is a material requisition note number. Out of the goods a storekeeper has, the store has, different departments may need to carry out their production, different goods. So for that purpose, they'll request the storekeeper to issue certain materials. So such a request carries a material requisition note number. And we have the quantity, rate and amount, and the balance after every date will be recorded under the balance session. So from this question given, amounts to how much? 800 into 26, 20,800. So out of the 1,000 units we had, 800 has been issued. So remaining how much it will be? It will be 200 units at rupees 26. It amounts to 5,200. 5,200. Again, if you go to top, we have another transaction on January 4. Purchased 1,500 units at 27.50 each. All purchases will come under receipt side. So on January 4, we record Jan 4. So we have a purchase of how much? 1,500 units. At what rate should we purchase? We've purchased it for 27.50 rupees, which amounts to 250. So we already have a balance of 200 with us, and again we have a further purchase of 1,500. So while you write the balance on this date, you should write 200 at the rate of 26, 5,200. Again we have a new balance of 1,500 at what rate? 27.50. It amounts to 41,250. I hope it is clear. So now we have a further transaction. As you can see, on January 4 itself, we have issued 400 units. January 4. Issue of 400 units. We have two balances available here. 200 at the rate of 26 and 1,500 at the rate of 27.50. As per the FIFO principle, we'll actually use the first lot first. That is on the basis of chronology. On a preferential basis, we will actually issue from the 200 slot first. So that means issue of 200, the entire lot will be issued at what rate? It is issued at rupees 26. It amounts to 5,200, and we need a further issue too. We have to issue how much? We have to issue 400 units. So we have already issued 200, we need 200 more. We'll take from this 1,500 lot. That means 200 at the rate of 27.50. It amounts to what? 5,500. 5,500. And out of 1,500, we have already issued 200. So what is remaining? 1,300 is the balance. 1,300 units at the rate of 27.50. It amounts to 35,750. 35,750. Again, when we go to the next date, that is on January 5, there's a further issue of 320 units. So, January 5. There's an issue of 320 units. We already have 1,300 with us. We'll issue from that at the rate of 27.50. How much? It amounts to 8,800. 320 at the rate of 27.50. Out of 1,300, we already issued 320. The remaining balance is only 980. 980 units at what rate? 27.50. It amounts to 26,950. The next transaction is on January 6, purchased 1,000 units at 29 each. So January 6. It's a purchase, so it comes under receipt part. 1,000 units. It's purchased for how much? 29 rupees each. That means 29. It amounts to 29,000. 29,000. So we'll write the balance like, we'll write down the 980 directly. 980 at the rate of 27.50, which is like 26,950. And again we have 1,000 further purchase made. 1,000 units at 29 rupees. The amount is 29,000. I hope this is clear. Next, issued 1,400 units. Issue of 1,400 units on January 7. So we have two loads, 980 and 1,000. As per FIFO principle, we will first take this lot of 980. The entire 980 will be issued first. So 980 at 27.50, it amounts to 26,950. And we have to issue 1,400, of which we already issued 980, and we need 420 more we'll take from the lot of 1000. That is 420 at what rate? 29. It amounts to 12,180. Okay. And out of the 1000, we have already issued 420. The remaining balance is what? 580. 580 at the rate of 29 rupees. It amounts to 16,820. The next transaction is an important adjustment. Returns to vendor purchased on 6th January, 30 units. As you can see, on January 6th, we purchased 1000 units. Out of the 1000 units purchased, maybe due to some defective materials or due to any problems or whatever it be, we are returning 30 units back to whom? The supplier or vendor. So on 6th, we've recorded a transaction like 1000 at the rate of 29,000. From this 1000, we are returning back 30 units. That means it comes under issue column. We are returning back, it is actually getting out of the stores. So in that case, at the rate for which it has been purchased, that is 29, we will actually return them back. That is for 30 units. We'll just write a note like returns here for your understanding. Returns 30 units at what rate? 29 rupees. That is the price at which they have been purchased. Those units have been purchased. So it amounts to what? 870. So out of the 580, we only have how much left? 550 units left. 550 is the balance. At the rate of 29, it amounts to 15,950. So on January 9th, received back from work order, issued on 5th Jan, 40 units. On 5th Jan, already 320 units were issued. From the issue made to a specific department, we are getting back to stores these many goods. That is, it is returned from stores or returned from department or returned to stores and returned from any department to the stores. That means 40 units on 5th January. As you can see, on 5th January, we have issued 320 units. At what rate? 27.50. Out of the 320 issued, we are getting back to the stores 40 units. So the rate will be 27.50. So let's record the date. The date will be, here it is Jan 8 and Jan 9 here for the new transaction. So we're getting back. So it is actually a what? A return to store. Return to store. So how many? 40 units at 27.50. 1,100. While you write the balance, one of the important things you have to keep in mind is we have to record any return to store in such a way that it will be issued first. So if it is Fifo method, we should write it first because only when it is written first, it will be issued first. As it is actually an older stock which has already been issued, which came back to our stores. we have to record it in such a way that it will be actually gone after the next issue happens, or it will have a preference over the existing stock. That is the only thing. So if it is actually as you're following FIFO method, we will write this balance first. That is 40 at the rate of 27.50. It amounts to 1100, and we already have 550 balance. 550 at 29, 15, 950. Next, on 10th Jan, we have issued 500 units. Issued 500 units. As you can see, in the last transaction, we have written it first. Why? Whenever the next issue happens, we have to actually take off all the stock from that. If it is LIFO, we would have written it at the end, that is below 550. Since it is FIFO, we will write it at the top. So we will first issue what? The 40 units at what rate? 27.50. It amounts to 1100, and we need how much more? Already we have issued 40, and we need to issue 500 units. So we need 460 more to make to actually make it 500. At what rate? Out of 550, we will issue 460 units at the rate of rupees 29. It amounts to 13,340, and out of 550 we have issued 460. The remaining balance is what? 90 units. 90 units at what rate? 29. It amounts to 2,610. 2,610. Again, we have an adjustment here. On 10th Jan, when stock is verified, it is found that actual stock is more by 20 units. Whenever you see such an adjustment in any question, in case of excess stock, it might be in any department where you have found excess stock. In that case, we have to actually consider it as a receipt to department. We have to take back that from any department. So in case of excess stock available anywhere, we'll take that back to stores. So it actually comes to the store. And in case of shortage, imagine shortage means if you find that the stock is in shortage in any department. For example, department A finds that the stock is in shortage. In that case, we will issue that shortage quantity of raw materials to that specific department. If it is excess in any department, we'll take back to stores. So here, if it is excess stock, as the stock is in excess, we will actually consider it as a receipt. On Jan 10, the adjustment is Jan 10, we'll take the 20 units. So since no price is mentioned, we have to take the prevailing price. Okay, it is 29 already here. So we have to write like 29, and it amounts to 580, and the balance, as you know, the prices are same. We'll write like 110, 90 plus 20, 110 at 29. It amounts to 3,190. So therefore the balance of, or the value of closing stock on January 10 is 110 units at the rate of 29, 3,190. That's all. Thank you. So this is the question and the answer. I'll just show it again. This is the entire stores ledger. Thank you guys. I hope you understood.